Okay, so a lot of you have reached out with questions for me, and I haven't answered them because I don't like just talking about myself. I also don't like folding laundry. So what I am doing is I invited my friend Steven, who's about to become a dad, to come here, ask your questions, and help me fold my laundry. I'm a genius!
Knocking it all out.
All right, ask away, buddy.
All right, so we've got, do your kids ever say things that you aren't able to put in videos?
Oh my gosh, that is such a good question. My son, well, he's very vocal, and we talk very honestly about the body and where he came out of. And he literally once asked me if he could go back inside. And I said, no, you can't. He goes, why not? And I was like, first of all, physically impossible. Second of all, yikes. Third, I was like, you're too big, buddy, and it's not okay to do. That's now my body area. And he goes, oh, what if I just put my feet back in your uterus? There are so many things that need too much context, so I can't put it in my videos. My son the other day, he also goes, Mom, I love you so much. Kiss me inside my mouth. Just like opened his mouth. I was like, why? So yeah, I can't just put that in a video because then people would be like, what are you doing to your children? They would immediately be like, Child Protective Services. There are no boundaries in this home. He's putting his feet back in the uterus. Take these kids away.
We're kissing in the mouth all the time at home. Wow. I agree. Yeah, you probably can't put those in a video.
No, you can't.
Okay, what are some of the differences that surprised you in your life after becoming a parent?
Watching sports is an entirely different experience. I used to be like watching football and be like, yeah, I'd go for that. Okay, I didn't do it that gross, but like, you know.
Answer's right there.
My husband is just like, no, I never watch football with her. She's too into those dudes. I would used to watch sports and be like, oh my gosh, I want to date that guy. Now I watch it and I'm like, their moms sacrificed so much to get them to this place. Watching the Olympics after becoming a mom, I was bawling. Just like, Simone Biles' parents are the best.
They must be so proud.
They must be so proud.
It's so expensive to be a gymnast. Okay, have you ever had to go to the ER with your kids?
Yeah, we had a bead up the nose situation.
Oh no.
Yep, right on up. And my husband first took our kid to the urgent care, and then they said they couldn't do it. Went to another urgent care. They tried. Did you know there's this thing to shove up in a nose that's kind of like a spoon that they'll do? They'll put it up in a spoon and they get it behind the bead and then they like pull it down and pop it out. Didn't work. We went to 4 different urgent cares. I'm bawling because our insurance was like emergency room was immediately like $5,000. And so I'm like, a bead. This is a $5,000 bead. And so my kid's sitting in the car seat. A friend texts is just like, hey, did you try blowing in the mouth? And is like, but plug all the orifices and see if that works. And I was like, all right. So I was like, buddy, we got to do this. And he's like, do what? And I was like, oh, you can't like take time or else he'll be like screaming no. I plugged the other side of his nose and both ear holes. And I went, ha, phew, and that thing shot out so hard, so fast. And we still have that bead.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's on a necklace.
Yeah, I always keep it close to my heart. Also, as a parent, you're constantly thinking about like, what core memories am I giving my kid?
Oh, sure.
And you want as many good core memories as you can get, but you can't really control what becomes a core memory. So the more happiness and fun I can infuse in my kid's life, the better core memories I think they're gonna have.
How do you make time for yourself? How do you do it?
Oh my gosh. I go to a workout every week. One really hard workout. It is so hard to get time for yourself, especially as a mom, because for the first few years of your kid's life, like, I know you are gonna like help out as much. You're gonna be an amazing dad. Look at me, you're gonna be an amazing dad. But as the mom, I mean, my husband, no matter how much he's like tender and kind, they're still like, get away from me. I hate you, I want mom. They don't say hey, we don't say hey to this. It is really hard. And so there are times where Spencer and I will say to each other, like, I need 15 minutes and I need to get away. It's important to like specifically budget things for yourself, whether it's a massage, a gym membership, or coffee at a shop, and just go and do it. That all costs money, but anything you can do to make sure you don't lose your sanity is gonna be so good for you and your kid.
Do you schedule in like certain times throughout the week? Like, do you have a set schedule of like, this is me time, this is Spencer time, this is...
No. My neighbors, who are better parents than me, have, they do Monday, Wednesday, Friday is one of them, does pick up and drop off for school. So they always get a morning to sleep in. Basically, they know today's Tuesday. I get to sleep in.
That's smart.
I know. We are going to do it.
Yeah.
That's on our list.
What is it like traveling with kids?
Oh, geez. So I fly a lot for jobs. So I'm like a platinum person. I get upgraded. And one time I got upgraded while traveling with my kids. I go to the priority line and everyone was like, excuse me, ma'am, that this is for priority. And I was like, yeah, I know I'm priority. And they were like, but you have kid. I don't understand. Immediately you become a second-class citizen. But one thing that surprised me, because I was terrified of just like being an inconvenience. I hate being an inconvenience to people. When you have a kid, you are, and you have to be okay with that. I made a commitment very early on to never have my kid be the reason I'm embarrassed while they can't control their behaviors.
Yeah.
And so sitting on a plane, I was shocked at how many people are like, you're doing great. Your baby's amazing. Don't worry, it's crying. My kids were the same. Like, people want to make you feel okay, because they know how hard it is to travel with kids. Yeah. Also, you always pack more things than you need. Like the first couple of times, you're like going across the prairie in a freaking covered wagon just to get to Target.
Your entire house is in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a freaking turtle.
Oh my gosh. Was there ever a breakdown on a flight
Yes.
that you were like, you were really fighting against that embarrassment?
Yeah.
I find myself being quite scared about that.
Yeah. There was a time I cried. My son cried, because he just wouldn't stop and he wouldn't sleep and he was hulking out. The hardest time I found to fly is once they've learned how to walk. And then there's like, all I want to do is walk. And you're like, no, we can't. We're landing or we're taking off. And he was just like, literally just like, and screaming. And I'm trying to hold him. And he's like big enough that he's like climbing up all around me like a little demon baby. You do occasionally have the people that are like, control your child.
Yeah.
But most people are just like, are you okay?
Lots of eye contact.
Dude, make friends with a grandma on a plane. That is the thing to do. And then she'll be there to help. A lady came and took him at some point and just was like, you take a second. And I was like, well, they can't steal my baby. We're on an airplane.
Right, they're not going.
Does anyone else want to hold my baby? Just pass the baby down.
You have two kids who are fairly close in age. Do they ever play together?
Yes, they are starting to play very well together. So if you guys have, because this is your first, right? Never mind, we're really good friends. I know it's his first. I just said that because I wanted to let you guys know.
We want to know.
You didn't know. You haven't folded diddly squat.
You're right. Okay.
Here, match some socks.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great. They all of a sudden you're like, oh no, it's been quiet for too long. Are they still alive? And what have they broken? They've usually broken something or made a big mess, but it's great. I keep going like, she's your best friend, you'll always be best friends. I say it. I don't know if that's okay.
Every morning you wake them up, are you best friends today? You gonna play together today?
Say you're best friends.
That's great. They play together.
Yeah, it's so perfect. And our kids are really great playmates.
Yeah. Are you an actor? Are you actually an actor?
Yes, I am actually an actor. So I started dramatically acting out the real things my kids say online because the strike was happening and I was craving to act any script. And I also wanted it as a particular challenge because I was like, if I can act well with the weird stuff my kids say, which is basically the worst script you're ever going to find in your whole life, hopefully I'll be a better actor with other scripts.
People ask that question because like, wow, you're really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're just a mom now, don't you know? You should act. Have you ever thought of acting?
Okay, so then they've also asked you, are you Kelly from the Chica Show?
Yes, I am Kelly from the Chica Show. That was a kids multicam sitcom-ish type of thing that I did. And that was a spin-off of another show called The Sunny Side Up Show, which was a live morning show that I hosted for 7 years. So now as a parent, I get to take all of the fun and craziness and curriculum and child development knowledge that I gained from that show and all the consultants we worked with, the childhood experts, and now I get to implement it with my own kids.
Yeah, you are the best at like playing games with kids.
Thank you.
Just as a parent and then otherwise, I just think yeah, everything you bring is like so fun and it makes me tired to think about it because you just play. You play so easily and I'm like, I'm gonna be tired if I try and do this.
That is a really good point. And I know especially like the only critique you can have of Louis is that like it's unrealistic to be parents that play that much with your kids. They're dogs. That's why they're playful. They're literally dogs. But there are little things you can do and times that you can just like get down on their level and play in their way, follow their lead. And even if you're not good at it, which you won't be because it's mind-numbingly different than your evolved adult brain, but just little things you can do, or like, you know, here we go, give a little excitement to something that otherwise would be boring. But really just get down on their level and just be with them while they play.
It seems like sometimes you just have to make like a conscious choice to be like, I'm going to play in this moment. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to follow them down this path wherever they're going.
Yes. I would never be like, hey, bud, you want to go play some dolls? Hey, you want to get out the cars and play? To me, that's not fun. You'll find the common ground. My daughter and I love to draw together. To find those things that you can both do and do it. Oh, I did. I made a video, though, about how to infuse fun as a parent with the yes and mentality using my years as an improviser. So you can check out that video.
So good. And then people have asked, in addition to that, do you actually have kids?
Nope. I just like to buy little clothes and fold them. That's what I do. How fun is this?
How do you talk to your kids about strangers?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
My friend Nina is a social worker, and she gave this great advice. First of all, we don't say stranger danger, because everyone's a stranger, right? Good people you should be able to trust. Your teacher, when you first meet them, is a stranger. I don't want my kids to be afraid of strangers in general. Strangers can be people you want and need to know. Separate the bad strangers from the good strangers, and so call them something like tricky people. So it's helping my kids to understand that to follow their gut, like your body will tell you when a situation isn't right, and to be able to listen to that. I never want to tell my kids like go up and hug that person, hug them. You know, I was told to like hug a stranger as a kid, and that's weird, and it taught me to like ignore this like, I don't want to hug that person feeling.
Yeah.
So teach your kid to trust their body and their instinct, and also to not instill this general fear of strangers.
How do you balance gentle parenting with like, hey, we actually need to do this. Like, I'm in charge.
Well, I would say you can still gentle parent while saying, hey, we have to do this, I'm in charge. It just takes a lot more time. Setting very clear boundaries and expectations is going to help get things done. There have been times, though, that we've, for their safety, needed to grab them and hold them because there was a scenario that were they going to keep doing what they were doing, they were going to get hurt. But it's amazing what setting an expectation for your kid will do. Hey, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. What's the first thing we're going to do? And they're the ones to be like, Mo, it was put my shoes on. I got to put my shoes on. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do. It's a constant conversation. Like with your kids, you are going to have these conversations so many times before it clicks. Even the stuff that you need to kind of like direct them away from in their own behaviors, screaming at the table or kicking when they're mad. We don't kick. And they'll still do it 20 more times. And you have to, as an adult who loves them, have patience and say it again.
Yeah.
So many times. You'll have to repeat yourself so many times. But I mean, it does. It takes longer. Gentle parenting takes longer, and it takes more intentionality. It takes more. And that's why some people choose not to do it. It's harder for sure, but it works.
Yeah.
Steven, we didn't match all the socks. Oh, hey.
There's one. I see it.
It will keep happening. I will keep doing it. Thank you for helping me to fold my kids' laundry.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Good luck
Thank
being
you
a
much.
dad.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.